their kids with pediatric epilepsy, and it sort of just snowballed from there. You know, if people are curious more, just Google the story of Charlotte Figge, and it's pretty incredible. And then right after they started their work with Charlotte and her family and a couple other families, CNN, Dr. Sanjay Gupta did a special on them, and
they are the ones that
validated. Exploded.
Charlotte was the case that validated medicinal cannabis in America.
I like Gupta.
And Charlotte Figge Day was actually, for those that are listening, was 2 weeks ago. And I know Grasslands and a couple other people, they did a concert that was there to help raise awareness money and things of that nature.
It's an incredible story. So if people aren't familiar with it, I suggest you Google it and learn more. And something I learned when I was at Charlotte's Web that I didn't know is there were I forget the exact term that they called it, but there were people after Colorado legalized that just sold everything where they lived and moved to Colorado because medical cannabis was the only thing that gave them relief for whatever they needed. And it's just there's a lot of that crazy stuff that I just had no idea about, and it's incredible. Hopefully no one will have to move for cannabis much longer.
So when Dr. Gupta released that story on CNN, I think it was 2012, 13, I was doing medical sales for a respiratory company here in Denver, and literally there was an uptick of patients that were transferred patients like under our service, our company services. So like they were transfer patients, so they were getting our equipment and things of that for Philips Respironics and stuff, and we were like, what is this spike is caused to? And they're like, well, did you hear about the pediatric epilepsy case that people moved to Colorado? So it literally, like, it was a flock. It was almost like an exodus, kind of that green wave that we joke about. That was kind of the big spur of, I guess, Charlotte Figge's story and her impact on the medicinal world. I didn't know you worked there. That's a fun fact. Y'all should really give us
incredible.
A one sheet before we get here. Last names, things like that.
Then how would we fill 30 minutes?
Dude, we do these for like an hour and 15 minutes. We haven't even started the fun part of the conversation. You realize we're going to ask you some seriously stupid questions. You're going to ask Emily, like, how did you get aligned with these assholes? That's usually how this conversation ends. But it's great.
It's perfect.
You did really well in the first 30. Let's see how you do on the back half. Think of Michael Phelps in the 800. You got through about 400. You got about 8 more laps to go. So I think we need to dive right into the nitty-gritty, Chris. And I think the first question for you is going to be, you've been here for a long time, so we're going to do happy hours, we're going to do date night, we're going to do concert, and then we're going to do Stolen Appetit and cartoons. Thoughts?
Sounds good.
Bada bing. All right. Favorite happy hour in Denver. Go.
Oh, man. It's hard to remember back before COVID. So I'm just going to go with recency bias. And my wife and I started once a month every Friday afternoon putting our kids in after-school care and going and sitting in a dome, which we did the first time a few weeks ago, and it was really weird. We had not been out in a year. It's the Spice Trade. It's down off Orchard and I-25. It's actually really good.
Holy shit, you're so far away?
It's like 10 minutes.
No, it's not. What the? Barbecue sauce.
But it's incredible.
Okay.
I honestly, so I used to live in Platt Park, so I used to be in the city, don't worry. And they've got, I think Spice Trade has some of the best beer I've had in Denver. It's really, really good.
Nice. Okay.
They have a key lime sour that's the best summer drink I've ever had.
Hold on, what place is this?
The Spice Trade on Orchard and I-25 down near
I've heard of that
Sky.
He's on it.
No, he's not.
He's on it.
I know of it. I'm not on it.
Yeah, he's not on it.
But Clutch Move on the Friday afternoon session
It's awesome.
for the kids.
So
that sounds like a great idea.
It's been awesome. It's been super fun.
Mom, Dad, why do we have to stay late on Fridays?
Don't worry about it.
Hey,
we've been together for a year. You'll survive.
Ready to Spice Trade.
How old are the kids?
6 and 9.
Yeah, just give them a beer. They're old enough. You're from Texas. I'm sure Lone Star.
Flick the TV on.
Yeah.
I don't want them to have my childhood.
Why? You seem mildly successful, relatively intelligent. You know your capitals.
You know how many states we have. All right. So
high bar today. High bar.
So
set the
happy
bar
hour
up.
spot though. What about dinner? Where's
Let's
your
say
favorite
you drop the
date
kids
night
off
spot?
at the farm.
So I mentioned we lived in Platt Park for a long time, and I just can't. I always gravitate back towards Izakaya. I just love it there. Love it there. It's awesome.
That's a good one. I haven't been there in forever.
So, fun fact, about a month ago, they just reopened dine-in. So, Sushi Den is still doing the takeout on that side, but Izakaya is now open at starting at 5 p.m., going until 10:30 or 11. They're back, baby. They're back, and they're doing happy hour as well. As we order these cocktails, I want to remind y'all that Happy Camper, can I go ahead and grab another one as well? Happy Camper is open every day of the week, 11 until close. They have a huge-ass patio. Everyone's playing by the rules. 6 feet of separation at the tables.
Huge patio.
But they literally have 70 fucking tables. They have everything set up. It's perfect for spring. And right now they still have the roof on. So despite rain, it's like the mailman over here. Rain, snow, sun, it doesn't fucking matter. They're partying. So come on down, beautiful people. All right, seamless plug. Date night? That was a pretty great call. And at the same time, explains why you have children. Izakaya. It's not like you're not mailing it in. You're not just getting
so
pizza
good.
and doing Game of Thrones. I do that. All right. Pre-COVID, I guess, will be the answer for this one. But what's the last concert you saw, best concert you've seen since you lived here?
I can't even remember the last concert I saw. I think.
Stop working so hard.
We used to go all the time, and then kids.
Okay.
I think we had some friends come
remember
into
to pull
town that have never been to Red Rocks, so we saw.
He's going to say something really badass. I
Yeah,
have this feeling.
it's not badass. Oh my God, what is his name? What's the guy that's barefoot?
Jimmy Buffett?
Bob Ware?
No, he did the yoga in the rocks.
Do you know who you're talking? I can't stretch.
Michael Franti?
Yes, Michael Franti.
Spearhead. Shout out, 1999.
Right?
Wait, y'all did yoga at the Rocks?
No, but while we were there, we learned that Michael Franti did, and it was like the most genius thing ever because he just sat up on stage and there was a whole Red Rocks full of a yoga class.
It did not take us long to get from barefoot musician to the answer. That's shout out to us.
Jimmy Buffett was my first guest, though.
Oh, holler to us for Black Puma tickets today, too. If you want to join us, the Black Pumas are playing at Mission Ballroom in August.
Nice.
We got a surplus of tickets if you want to put the kids in a kennel, bring the wife out.
We'll be vaccinated. Hopefully everybody else will be vaccinated. Get your vaccine, people.
Yeah, we are a pro-vaccine podcast. If you don't have the vaccine and you feel the need to let folks know that you don't have it, don't. Because I joke about the vaccine online, but I'm not flexing my vaccine card, so I don't want to fucking hear about you being smarter than the scientists or the government. I don't give a shit about your stance. It's grown tired. I don't care. Get vaccinated if you want to come to the fucking concerts at Red Rocks for this summer. There's just no more tomfoolery. Just fucking
not
get it.
taking a stance.
Yeah, fuck off. I don't care.
Heard.
All right, so that was good. We got 3 good ones in there. Shout out to Michael Franti, friend of the program. All right, so we've done music, happy hour.
Did you ask best, too, or just last concert?
Oh, best as well. I'm glad you didn't. You clarified because people are going to judge you based off of that.
I know, right? That's where you get the judgment.
I know, yeah.
I wouldn't want to hang up the hat on
I
honestly had all the best shows I've ever seen have been at the Gothic, and I think I've come to the conclusion that any show at the Gothic is the best show you'll ever see. It's so small, and you're so close, and it's so loud. Feeling? It's awesome. My wife and I saw, I'm probably going to date myself, we saw Jet there 10, 15 years ago. I'm fine dating myself.
No, that's totally cool. But, for those that don't know, I think their last hit was in, 1987.
Maybe a little after?
I don't know. I'm just trying to spit.
07?
You're missing our demo here, so I'm trying to figure out.
But it was...
what song was last?
I don't know what it was. It was probably just kind of Jet's vibe, too, that, old... 70s, just loud rock kind of punk vibe in that small venue. We couldn't hear for days afterwards. It was just so much fun.
I fuck with that. That's a great call. All right, hell yeah. And that's one of the best parts about that question is we don't get the same answer twice because every guest we have is usually just has a little bit different. No one's like, oh, Fish 08. You know, it's not the same fucking concert every time. Everyone has a little bit different ticks and what got them or when they got here. And we don't like to promote any one venue anymore at this time.
Fish 08 was great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not necessarily we love AEG. Just go ahead and throw that out there, lay some groundwork. And Axis, Cervantes is our go-to for those that are listening.
Cervantes. I have never been. I might be the only person in Colorado that's never been to a Fish show, too.
Yeah. I was going to ask when you said you've been here for 20 years if you had a Subaru. What do you drive? Do you mind me asking?
I have an 03 Subaru Forester.
And how many stickers do we have on the back?
0.
Okay, well, he's at least trying to blend in.
You don't have a My Kid's an honor student?
No.
Are your kids not honor students?
No.
It's okay. This is not,
Yeah, my kid takes
They're
CBD.
in elementary school.
Yeah, so riddle me this. Let's say that somebody's kid was fed Ritalin all grown up, and that kid now has a taste for speed. Would you recommend CBD over Ritalin?
0 chance I'm
Some
answering
other
this
issues,
question.
too.
Would you recommend CBD over Ritalin? Asking for a friend. It's kids.
Pass.
Does it help with the sense of abandonment?
He's like, God damn it. This thing was going so well for the company right up until that question. All right, well, then let's get this thing back on the train, back on the tracks. We've done talks. Let's do Stone. I'll do cartoon if you want to do Stone. What do you think?
Ooh, actually, one we haven't done in a while. What's the most recent binge? What's the show you've most recent binged? Let's hear it. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all those.
I did Ted Lasso recently,
Nice.
God damn it, I gotta watch this show.
You still haven't seen that?
It completely jacked me up because I started it at like 11 o'clock at night, and I finished it that night. I went to bed at like 3:30. I couldn't stop. It felt so good. I felt good for you know, that like deep in your soul, just like, oh, the world's gonna be okay. Good.
Yeah, we need a lot
And
of
I couldn't
Ted
stop.
Lassos walking around. Oh, that's great. Kip, you really need to watch that.
Yeah, I'm fucking mad.
It's so good.
I turned my microphone off right there and looked at my text messages because I'm not in on the conversation or the jokes. So I just tune out because God damn it. I gotta get
I just started 000 the other day, and that's really good too.
Ooh, yeah.
So-
I watched that earlier. I've been doing a
so
lot.
I've recently gotten into dubbed over and subtitled shows. The dub over I need because I'm a texter while watcher, but with the subtitles. So 000 is now something I may entertain.
If you like subtitles, you should watch.
I didn't say I liked them.
Oh,
I
okay.
just said I'm adapted. I'm very.
He's looking at his phone a lot.
Yeah, well then don't. Because one of my favorite shows that
So
I
I'm
haven't met
pumping your
anybody
CBD
else.
out to the masses. That's all I'm doing on my Instagram.
I like that.
You're welcome.
One of my favorite shows that I've binged a lot recently that I haven't met anyone else that watched it. It's either Kingdom or The Kingdom on Netflix. It's a Korean show. It's like a period piece of like 18th century, maybe 17th century Korea, but it's like
you can't find anyone that has watched
it's like
that
a
show?
zombie show too and a political thriller. It's amazing.
Time.
I'm doing it a terrible disservice, but it's awesome.
You're doing our listeners a disservice by not breaking this down in more detail.
Starring Michael Franti.
But not Spearhead.
No. Fuck no. I mean, come on, it's a period piece. 1700s Korea, zombie land with an imperial political situation all afoot.
You actually just perfectly, one sentence description, perfect.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I threw up in my mouth a little bit right there in the halfway through the reads. So I feel I did it as well. But this is a loaded TV show that's got sounds like a lot's going on.
It is. There is. It's awesome.
Okay, final question of the night.
All right, last question tonight. No, we have two more.
Oh, yeah.
You go next. I'll do last.
All right, so
You did well, and we edit out some of the perverted
obviously
stuff. Some, not all.
back in college, were you ever a smoker? Like, did you ever partake in marijuana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still
So
do
let's
from time to time, just not
Okay.
daily.
Well, let's just say you get bombed or whatever. What's your late night guilty pleasure, like, go to? Like, maybe your wife fell asleep and you need to get a snack.
Taquitos.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.